Hi, I'm Tim Lampley, and welcome to STL TV's coverage of the 2021 primary election here in the city of St. Louis. Today, we are one step closer to finding out who will take over the reins here at City Hall and succeed Mayor Reid. But first, let's check in with Andy Ruzicka.
Thank you so much, Tim. As you know, we're down here at the Tashara Jones campaign headquarters, where we are eagerly awaiting the results. It is closed to the public, so it is an outdoor event, very COVID safe, and she'll be addressing her supporters via Facebook following the results. But joining me now is the political director, Matt Rauschenbach. Thanks so much for joining me.
Of course, thank you for having me. We're confident going into tonight. We've made over 100,000 contact attempts to talk to voters all across the city, and we've earned contributions from over 1,600 individuals, and we've got over 2,400 individual contributions. We believe that there's no other campaign in this race who has the grassroots power that we do. In the last election, the vote was split, and the treasurer came in 888 votes shy of becoming the next mayor of the city of St. Louis. Prop D is about making sure that that doesn't happen and that we're not governed by the minority.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate the answers you gave, and good luck. I hope you guys do well tonight.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Well, thank you so much. Back to you, Tim.
Thanks, Andy. We're here at Reid's watch party, and one thing I wanted to note about today's voting system is that each vote is a full vote, not a fraction of one.
Reid is the leader that we need for our city. We're at a precipice. We're, the fork in the road, so to speak, and we need a good, strong leader that's going to take us to the next level.
Fantastic. Tell me why you're out here tonight.
Just supporting our Kara Spencer. She's been the alderman of the 20th Ward and has done an amazing job. Long before her mayoral aspirations, Kara was there, sleeves rolled up, and kind of really taking the bull by the horns.
The other mayoral candidate, Andrew Jones, conceded from the race with a letter sent to the media and his supporters. Now, officials predicted about a 20% turnout of the city's registered voters, and that's typical for a mayoral primary here in the city of St. Louis.
I went to various polling places throughout the day, probably about 15. Noticed, in comparison to November, that just the volume was smaller. It does kind of make me disappointed when you see only 22% of St. Louisans voting in something that's as important as like a mayoral primary.
Historically, we have not had large turnouts for the municipal primary, and traditionally even less for the general, because prior to this year, candidates ran on a party ballot. Now this year, because we don't have party ballots and we had the approval voting, we have two strong candidates whose name will appear on the April ballot, and I suspect that will result in a larger voter turnout for April than traditionally we've had.
Like the primary, the runoff will be nonpartisan, with no political party labels attached to the candidates. Back to you, Andy.
Thanks so much, Tim. Obviously, good news down here at Tashara Jones headquarters, as she has prevailed and will run off with the election with Kara Spencer. So with me, of course, is Tashara Jones. Thank you so much. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling so excited and humbled that the victory was so resounding. Experience matters, and people want someone who's going to be ready to lead on day one. And I've been in the executive branch for the last 8 years, the legislative branch for 4 years after that, have relationships on the state and national level to put St. Louis back on the map. And that's the kind of leadership that St. Louis deserves.
Thank you so much for your time. Good luck with your April 6th election.
Thank you.
Also celebrating is the other leading candidate, Alderwoman Kara Spencer, who believes St. Louis is ready for a change.
We ran a great campaign. We had a great message, and I think people are really ready for change in St. Louis. Trust in government, city government, but government in general is at an all-time low, and people are tired of it. So we want to see fresh new ideas, change in momentum, and a little bit of life breathed into this great old city.
So there you have it. St. Louis City voters have decided that either Tashara Jones or Kara Spencer will be the next mayor for the city of St. Louis following the April 6th runoff. And that concludes STL TV's coverage for the 2021 primary election. I'm Tim Lampley. Goodbye, everybody.